My name is Richard Batt. I'm an AI consultant and I work with businesses all over the world to integrate artificial intelligence and automation tools into their daily workflow to be able to do a lot more with a lot less, or to be even more productive. If you are somebody who's at the start of that journey and you don't have the money or the time to spend with an AI consultant just yet, then this channel is for you, because what I want to do in this channel is give you actionable advice, actually things that you can do with artificial intelligence, not just telling you that this tool exists or you can use this tool. I want you to be able to use tools like ChatGPT to be able to actually solve real problems. So on this channel you will only ever get actionable advice and actual things that you can do to improve your productivity or to improve your business. So today we're going to look at a tool called TaskMagic. TaskMagic has been on AppSumo for a while. It's just left AppSumo, but you can still get a great deal on the website. You can still get their tier 4 deal, which is unbelievable, and we're going to look at that today. So this here is TaskMagic, and we're going to take a look here at some of the things that you can do. So this is my test workspace. Basically anything that I want to just try out, I do in here. I create a little test thing, test it out for a little bit. If it's really good, I drop it into another workspace where I will basically, because you got a limited workspace, I will basically have a lot of similar tasks together that will all link together, so it's easy to be able to manage it. If I'm working with one specific client, I will have their workspace up and I will allow myself to be able to develop in there, and I will give them access to that workspace. So what's really good is if you have people that work on your team and you want to create an automation that they can work on, that they can build, that they can actually spend the time in there to be able to take the information from it, you can give them access to that particular workflow and keep the rest of it for yourself. So if you click add new automation, you get these options here. Now the guided recording is the basically automating the browser, and it takes you through the steps with it, and it makes it very easy to do so. It has little bits of artificial intelligence built into it to be able to help find the best selectors on the screen, so you don't have to know too much about the CSS selectors or things like that, which make browser automation very difficult if you are not somebody who's really familiar with how websites are built and with how web pages are built. Sometimes things that seem really simple to actually automate become difficult, because if you're using something, for example, like Facebook or like Reddit, you do have the downside that they will automatically change the selectors on the page all the time. So the selectors basically are the bits of the HTML website that will tell the styling what to put on it. Next step you've got here is to set up an app. So we'll set up one of the apps down here. So again, you can think of that like an app, like Zapier. If you go to it here, it loads up the window, and this window will basically allow you to set up a connection with an API on different websites in the same way that Zapier or probably different ones do on here. So what we'll do is, this has logged me out for some reason. We'll try it again. There we are. So I've got a couple on here which are in this workflow, and there's different workflows. But this is something that's really good to be able to do. So it has all of the options that you get on the normal TaskMagic service, the normal Active Pieces service, and it allows you to be able to connect to any of those services that they have a API connection with. So if you go to New Flow here, what this does is it basically gives some templates. So you're able to, if you want to, take these templates and just drop them straight in. So if you want to use OpenAI, it can do it for you in a second, which is really good. And again, if you look at this one here, if you want to be able to share things that are in English in a non-English speaking country, which is again a good way to be able to system them quickly, because most of the websites online are in English, which means that a lot of the content isn't translated to other languages. This will automatically translate an RSS feed and drop it into a website, basically just tweet it out, and then you can maybe translate some of those stories, put them on your website as well, to be able to get things on the website very quickly in a language where maybe you don't have as much in the way of content out there as you would do if you're in an English speaking country. If you go into this one here, it will basically use template, it will set up the steps for you, and it makes it much easier to be able to get something set up straight away. What we'll do for now is we'll take that template here because it gives a couple of good examples. So if you use API, this will be very, very familiar to you. So basically, if you look on here, this is the trigger. So when a WordPress post is posted, it will trigger this automation. And what this connects with your WordPress with it connects to it using a plugin, which basically automatically here will, every time it's posted, will send a connection over to here, and it will set up the automation automatically for you. Then if you click on this one here, what this will do is it will go to ChatGPT, which again, you use your own API key for it, and then it gives you the different models that you've got in here. So we've got the different models available. It doesn't have GPT-4 in here, which is a shame because I do have that. But these are the ones that are on here at the moment. It gives you 3.5 Turbo and also the Q research in there as well. And then you're able to pop in here. This is an automatic prompt in there, but you can able to create your own prompt in there. And then what we can do down here is create the tweet, which again needs a connection with your own account, and then it will automatically send the information over to it. Now you're able to change any of these. So if you go with this trigger on here, we'll use a different trigger. So this here has loads of different things. So if you go through, this has got loads of different places you can get the trigger from. So for example, a form down here. If you want to set up a form on Google Forms, then you'll fill in, it will automatically send a tweet. You can do it that way. You can go down a bit further, Google My Business can do it. It's got the connection in here with the TaskMagic, which is down here. So the AppSumo, when that finishes, it can do it. The Telegram bot, all of these things can be used to trigger off it. Or basically, if you haven't got a custom webhook on your website that automatically sends out a webhook whenever it is finished doing something, you can connect it that way as well. Then down here as well, you can also change these as well. So you can add an extra step of the flow. So these again, so going into it this way is one way that you can do it. And then afterwards, you're able to then hook into any of these and basically do things on those. So if we go to, for example, Google My Business, so we'll go here, and it has here, create, update, reply. So basically, if you have a trigger set up to be able to, when someone makes a post in Google My Business, it will send a trigger to here. Then what it will do is maybe go to ChatGPT, and you can do it that way as well. There are different things you're able to do to be able to automate all sorts of different steps in your workflow. So if you remove that one, there are some other opportunities. So active bots, we're going to come to in a second. That is, for me, is one of the best ways you can use it. And honestly, it will change the way that you use any sort of automation tool if you're already using one at the moment. If you go down, there are so many things you can do. So again, you're able to put your own, all of these plus your own separate ones in here as well. So emails, you're able to have your own webhooks in here as well. It has connections with different CRMs if you use those. With Slack as well, if you communicate in Slack quite a lot, if a certain news story comes out, you want to be able to get an update into Slack very quickly. It's got Discord on there as well. So many different things you're able to do on here. And you can do all of these very quickly with a couple of clicks, and that is what makes TaskMagic so good. In the apps on here, there's an option now to be able to build your own chatbot. And building your own chatbot is, for me, something that can change a lot of things. So this chatbot's over here allows you to do a lot of different things that you can usually have to buy another product. So if you're thinking here, this isn't just a product where you're able to automate the browser. It's not just a product where you're able to automate by your APIs. You'll also be able to do this here. So if you go into here, we get our OpenAI connection, and now you can add some training sources. So you're able to pop PDFs in there, loads of different PDFs in there. You're able to drop as many as you want to be able to give the chatbot the information that it needs to be able to answer what you want to answer it about. And then what you're able to do is you're able to make it public if you want to, and create a public chatbot if you want to, or you're able to keep it private and use it just within your automations. But if you think of it this way, if you are to build this chatbot here, and you're able to give it 10 different PDFs now, which is going to be answering your questions based on, that gives it a load of knowledge about your business or whatever it is you want to do. So if you're an affiliate marketer, for example, and you want to be able to affiliate for a particular product, then what you can do in here is drop all the information in here about that product that you want to affiliate for. You can drop it all into this, and then what you're able to do is use this in any of your workflows. So if we now take this here and we make it public there, it doesn't have any information yet, but you've got a bot there. Then what you can do here in the flows, if we go to this one, which we were just building, you can drop it here. Instead of ask ChatGPT, let's get rid of that altogether. And now what we do, instead of asking ChatGPT, we can ask our bot. We can pop our bot in here, and as you can see, it's going to load up our bots. And then what you can do is you can use our bot to be able to do it and use the information that's sent to it from WordPress, from your previous automation, from a question that's asked by someone. So for example, someone goes to your website, sends over an email, this triggers the automation in here, and what it will do is it will then ask our bot instead. And we can use that information in here. And that changes a lot of things, because if you think of what you can do here, you can have an automation that connects between 3 different steps. You can start here, an automation which is maybe triggered by an email that comes in from a customer. So it's triggered by that email, and that sets off this automation here, which will go to the website to get some information. So it's going to go to, for example, my website is going to get some information from my website. Then what that's going to do is it's going to allow you to be able to get the information that you need to get, and then it's going to allow you to then connect to the app, which is going to have the chatbot in it, because this here can then be sent to a webhook here, which can be the webhook for your app, which it will give you. So for example, in here you've got this export to the webhook. We go back to our apps here, and we'll go back to the one we've just had. We get an automation which is set up, so we'll go back here, and it can be set up by TaskMagic, so we'll go down to the bottom. And what this will do is it will allow us, give us this URL. And what you can do is pop that into the end of your automation, and then what that will do is it will send a message over to here. It will send the message over to it to basically give the information from the website that you've gone to. It will also have all the information in the PDF. It will have the question asked by the person who emailed in, and then what it will do is it can write an entire email that you can then put back over to the webhook to email and reply to the person, and it will do all of that step by step by step for you, and it will do it using your information. So you can put a load of PDFs about the person, about the tool that you're trying to sell, the affiliate tool that you're trying to promote. It will allow you to put the information from your website about the question that you've answered, and then it will take all that information and put it together into an email using everything that you have given it. It's just a custom bot. It's not just ChatGPT, and that can change so many different things. That can basically be used again if you're thinking, if I want to have it write like your website, you can have it get information from a website. You can have a few examples of what you want it to write like, basically have it write like that, and have it write different articles for you in your style. It can do so many different things, and that is what this tool now does. It isn't just a browser automation tool. It's not just a tool to be able to connect to other applications like Zapier. It's not just a chatbot, it's all of them. Right, so if you go to TaskMagic.com, there's a link down below. It is an affiliate link. I will be open about that, but I promote this tool because I think it's a great tool. If you click the link, great, thank you for supporting the channel. There is so much that it's going to help me be able to do a lot more if you are going to be clicking that link and paying through that. But it's going to be $499, which, when you consider what TaskMagic does, when you consider that it's not just a browser automation tool, it's not just an apps tool, not just a Zapier style tool, it's not just a chatbot, it's all of these things together. And if you want to really use a lot of AI in your day-to-day services, you can do it very, very quickly. If you want to be able to get, like I said, content ideas very quickly without having to worry about going and searching around for it, it can do all these things for you. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you do like what I've covered today, if you like AI, if you want to learn more, please drop a subscribe on the channel. It is going to really help me do more of these. It will also help you, because I'll be giving you a lot of videos that go through practical ways to use AI and automation in your day-to-day life. And also drop a like if you like the video, and whilst I might want to share it with people, it would certainly help a lot of people who want to be able to use this tool. But I do think possibly you might want to keep this information to yourself until it goes up in price and less people are going to be out there using it in competition with you. But again, share with people who might want to also learn the same sort of things, that might find this video useful. Drop a comment down below if you want me to cover more things like this, and otherwise, thank you very much for watching the video, and I'll see you again next time.